Welcome to this Franklin Public Schools PowerGrade screencast. This screencast is for K through 12 staff and will walk you through how to set up your preferences in PowerGrade. So here we have my gradebook file. I'm already open to a specific class, and I'm going to go into the preferences. Now when you go into preferences, any changes you make in here will affect all of your classes at once, so you only have to do this one time for the year. Starting on the General tab, you'll see that the first thing here says teacher name, and right now my name is listed as last name, first name. You'll want to change that to how you want your name viewed when you print reports later, so I'm going to put Mr. Kafka. You definitely want to click change password, and you want to set up a password for your gradebook. Please do not make your password your last name, first initial. Just in case anyone was trying to get in, that'd be too easy to figure out, so please make it something that you would know. You can check this box to use your password when you start the program, and also if your screen does a lockup or if you leave the program on for too long. This way, if you walk away from your computer, the gradebook's not open for anyone to come in and mess with your grades, so I would check that. Autosave, I would change autosave, make sure it's checked. I would change it to every 10 minutes. That just keeps a backup as you're entering grades. I would check update automatically if it's not checked. Auto update or auto backup every 1 day is what that should say. Down here under final grade options, you want your decimals either rounded or truncated, your choice. Typically teachers choose rounded. If you want your decimal places in the grade to show up, you can change this from 0 to 1 decimal place or 2 decimal places, your choice. For default reporting final grade, this should say the current term, so we're entering quarter 1 right now, so I'm going to leave that as quarter 1. And down here, these just have to do with if you want to abbreviate your assignments and your categories, this kind of shrinks things up a little bit on your screen. So those can be checked, and concurrent attendance you can check as well. On the display tab, this is where you can set up how your gradebook looks. So if we look at my gradebook here behind the preferences window, you'll see some changes I've already made. The font, you can choose whatever you like. You can set your font size. You can click this little color box here to see different color choices for your font color. I left mine as black. The header color, the header is the top area of the gradebook. I chose to make mine a different color so it stood out a little bit. The highlight color, whatever row you're on, will highlight that color, so I chose that to be yellow so it stands out. Background color I left as white. Alternate row color, just to kind of see this in a better spreadsheet format so that my eyes don't get lost in all the white of the background, I chose a gray color. Adding students. If a new student is added to your class, you can have them automatically enter alphabetically in the list. What I typically like to do is I like to have it add the student at the end of the roster. That way it matches up with my physical gradebook. Citizenship. Elementary teachers use citizenship, so I would say elementary teachers leave this unchecked. At the end of the quarter, this is where you enter your effort grades for your students. Middle school, high school teachers, we don't use this, so I check that so it's not on my spreadsheet. Attendance and assignments. Here you definitely want to check this first box, and you also want to check this box as well, and you have to enter the date for the current term. So we're going to be in quarter 1 right now, which is 9/2/08 through 11/7/08, and that just makes sure that everything lines up correctly. You can choose how you want your date laid out, and you can choose if you want absences and tardies for your students to show up on the spreadsheet. I'm going to turn those on. I like to see those. On the scores tab, this is where you are going to enter the district grading codes that we added in previous years. So under exempt, you should have these codes, and if you need to see with the explanations of these, there is a handout on the PowerSchool wiki. Unrecorded should be these codes here, and 0 should be these codes here. Now you only need to enter the codes that you plan to use, but we do want to be consistent as a district and use the same code, so please don't add any other codes or make up any other codes. We do want to stick with these. Notifications. Here, the first choice says warn if maximum points are exceeded using a beep or an alert dialog box. I'm going to turn both those on. What that means is as I'm typing my grades in really fast, if I accidentally give a kid too many points, it's going to beep and it's going to pop up a box so that I know that. If I overwrite any scores, I can turn those on as well. I'm going to choose to leave those off. Birthday notification, if you want to see upcoming birthdays for your students, this will launch as you go into each class, so you can check that. And I think that is it for the preferences. PowerSchool, we're not going to do anything on the PowerSchool tab or the attendance tab. So when you're done, make sure you click OK, and all your preferences will take effect and save, and now your preferences are set up. Thanks for watching.